What's up? It's me, ADRI.V, the go-getter, and I want to welcome you to the G Code podcast. You see, this is a place you go to get the pretty, the ugly, and the grind to success. There's always a story to be told, and everything that glitter ain't gold. So understand this. There is no need for the cheat code when you got the G Code. So get your notebooks and pens ready. It's time for us to get into it. Welcome to the G Code.
You are now listening to the G Code with ADRI.V.
Welcome to another episode of the G Code podcast where me, ADRI.V, your host, bring you some very dope go-getters as we talk about the pretty, the ugly, and the grind to success. Now, in the midst of COVID-19, that's one pandemic. We begin to have another pandemic of dealing with racial injustice. It's a racial uproar. And right now, really just trying to figure out how to handle all the above. So I don't know about you, but I kind of took a hiatus for a moment and had to really chill. At first, I was going gung-ho and hands down and being creative and focused and trying to utilize this time wisely and double up. And then it just became all too much for my mental. And I had to take a break. And so I told myself I'll be back in July. And here I am, right back in July. This year marks 5 years I've been doing this podcast. So I decided to tell myself, I said myself said, that we're going to ante up and take it up a notch. Okay, so there's going to be some changes with the podcast, some changes with the brand, and I just need you to hold tight and be around for it all. Okay, shout out to my true go-getters who've been locked into the G Code from the very beginning. But what I wanted to do is run back a few episodes that I actually did live on my Instagram. And this interview I love so much because I really admired this man's tenacity, his focus, his drive, his grit, his hustle to bounce back in such a major way and to take a thing that could have been a tragedy and turned it into a triumph. I got a chance to talk to one part Griselda, one of Buffalo Kids, and I'm talking about the machine, the man, the myth, Conway. And we go deep into his music, talk about his ups and downs, in addition to how he's been a true Robin Hood in a hood and giving back in a major way. So what I need you to do is lock and load because it's time for us to get into the G Code. Welcome. So in a matter of moments, I'm going live with my guy, Conway. Let's go, Joe. What's up, Rashid? I appreciate you. I hope everybody's week has been all right. Mine has been pretty intense, watching everything that's going on. It's been crazy. We got the machine in the building. We about to tap in with my guy. Playing that front line. My joint. Suicide doors. I'm broke on a nigga upstate. Hey, Rob. Machine, you hear me?
What up? I see listening to that thing.
We outside. What's going on?
Nah, man, I'm just in here working. What's up with you?
Listen, same, man, same. But I like the work you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing, and we're gonna tap into that, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, as I introduce to some and present to others, we talking about the man, the myth, and the machine. One of Buffalo Kids' own, one part of Griselda, Conway, the machine. Everybody is with the emoji claps, the emoji claps.
Emoji clap, yeah. No doubt, man.
Listen, so how are you doing during this quarantine, man?
I'm good, man. I'm managing to stay busy and still get stuff done and all that. So I'm making the best of it.
You really are. Because speaking of busy, I feel like you're out here being like Robin and Batman at the same time, just doing good in the hood, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
Doing all this good in the hood, and I'm loving it because one of the news stations, they said you're a musician on a mission, right? And I feel like you can tell that through your music. You know what I'm saying? You can tell that through your actions. Even I seen a clip of you giving a little boy some money on the stage. So we about to tap into the heart of the machine, because you're a machine, but you got heart, and in multiple different ways. So why was it so imperative for you during this time of quarantine when businesses may not have been booming regularly? You were outside, okay? Outside in front of all the businesses, Fat Cats, Wind Kings. Why was that something you felt like you had to do?
I mean, I just felt like, it's a difficult time, and, everybody, going through it, and trying to, figure it out, and just trying to, like, keep their head above water, keep their business afloat, So it's like, I'm not one of them type of dudes that just, like, ignore, where I come from and ignore, like, my people, So I do shit like I go, like, to what's that shit called? I go to Brothers, leave the $100 tip or something like that. I go, I just do what I can in small part. Like, people out here, for them to even still be trying to, like, be open and still try to do business and keep their business afloat. If you can do it, like, do it. Like, leave an extra tip than you normally would. And just small stuff like that.
I mean, I enjoyed it, and it was very impactful because not only were you doing it for your city, but you were putting on for your city. People may not know who Fat Cats is, don't know who Wing Kings is, Brothers, but you was outside pulling up, which, your following is crazy. So you got multiple people now like, yo, I want to tap into Wing Kings. I want to tap into Lenora because this is what Conway is eating, and so with all the accolades that you guys are receiving, going on tour, you guys came back home and you put on for the city. Like, how has this been for you? Because people may be just being introduced to Conway, but we've been knowing Conway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What does this do for you?
It's been a crazy ride. It's been definitely, more than I expected. You know what I mean? Because, like, I honestly can say, like, people used to think I was crazy when I used to be telling them niggas, like, yo, watch, I'm telling you, this shit about to pop off. This shit about to be, watch, I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be doing that. Like, the stuff I'm doing now, I used to be saying that, and you know what I mean? It's, coming from Buffalo, like where I'm from, like, sometimes it seems far-fetched. Like if a dude tell you, like, yeah, I'm going to the NBA, I'm gonna play for the Lakers. You know what I mean? You be like, all right, good luck. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess to get that vibe or whatever, but to be actually doing it is I didn't even expect how this would feel, and I didn't even expect it to be to this magnitude, like, with people, like, tattooing, like, my face on them and painting murals and stuff like that. Like, it's just like, it's definitely beyond my wildest dreams, for sure.
I mean, I look at it and I just be like, wow, people get a chance to see what the talent that we have here. Like I was talking to Benny before, and I was just like, I just remember being an intern at the radio station during the Unsigned Hype time and watching y'all come up, and hearing the music being played and never really knowing, like, this is what it's going to be. But it's like your song never changed. Like, the way you present your music never changed. Why do you feel, you've been consistent to who you are and never decided to get this bop from this city or decide to have this particular flow from, the Atlanta flow, but you stay true to who you were?
Honestly, I think it was just my confidence and, partly some of my arrogance and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I just felt like I was already better than everybody. So, like, why try to, like, sound like anybody else or make music like anybody else? Like, I felt like my music was better than everybody else's music anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of like, I kind of felt like I could just stay true to myself and be me, because my story is iller than nigga's story. My shit is like a movie. I can't make this up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why I'm gonna try to tell somebody else's story or try to pretend to be somebody else when I could just be me? And that's the illest. That's iller than anything, anybody right now. I know we've never seen nothing like this ever in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of gave me the courage and stuff to be myself. Even when we in a climate to where like it seemed like a certain kind of music is more like, lucrative, you know what I'm saying, monetarily and all that, like more like other shit sell more or get lit more or get more streams or more Billboard number ones and all that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, we was able to navigate through all that and still be true to ourselves and still be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm on Wayne new album, you know what I'm saying?
We're gonna talk about that.
You feel me? I got 2 Chainz on my album. I got, everybody. I got Drake talking to, me, fucking with me, and we converse all the time and all that. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like who would have thought? You know what I'm saying? But I did.
You did, but my thing is like, what is that like? Because it's like now you got the people who we once perceived as the people in the industry coming to you, like, yo, dog, let's collaborate. Yo, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Chop it up on your stats. Like, my dude, like, how do you phantom that? I think about when these young men go from being in the, playing in college, going to the NFL, and now you toe-to-toe running with some people you once looked up to or you once never considered a peer. Like
that's how I feel. It definitely feel like, you know what I'm saying, like draft night, like, you know what I'm saying, when I start fucking with like M, you know what I'm saying, and like, seeing how whole fuck with us and shit like that, like it's definitely that feeling of like a young NBA player coming into the league and being, you know what I mean, saluted and embraced by like a LeBron or Kobe or something like that, one of the, you know what I'm saying, OGs and this shit, like, yeah, nigga, you doing the right thing. It feel incredible, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, again, that just adds to, like, my confidence more. Like, damn, okay, now I know I got these niggas not telling me I'm that nigga, like, I'm not nigga then. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I think not even, like you said, my cockiness, my confident. I think, like, for those who know your story and knowing you coming out of the situation, being shot. Like, I just think about growing up in the hood and when you in the midst of something and fires is just being shot by you, but you were actually hit. And I think for me, having had close encounters, you come out of it like, yo, I really got to go hard with my life after that because I just came too close. But as somebody who came close, had to recover, had to go through it, like, what was your mindset coming out of that? Like, yo, I'm about to really be a machine, because that's really just what you just ran with. Because it's like, there's nothing in life that's going to stop me at this point from going after what I want.
I mean, honestly, it was kind of a little more like tough for me to even make that transition and to even get that confidence. Like, that's what I tell like a lot of people, and like my closest homeboys and like people that's like that's the closest to me. They all admire that the most about me. The fact that I even have this confidence and this, you know what I'm saying? This, this feeling of certainty of who I am and my potential. Because like when I first got shot and I was recovering and shit from all that, like, I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't no different than nobody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I kind of lost my grip, you know what I'm saying? I kind of slipped and lost it, like, mentally and everything. Like, I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to come out of my room, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to, let alone rap. I didn't want to be around nobody or see nobody. And I was like mentally kind of like losing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of, I don't know, like I wasn't myself, you know what I'm saying? I think it was the medicine and shit I was on, but like, I was really like low key, like going crazy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I really went on, like, when Wes was starting out doing it, it was like, that's why Wes even started making the album. Like, that's why he did Hitler 1, you know what I'm saying? And Hitler 2 and all that. Right. And I really wasn't a part of those because like, I had kind of like, I ain't gonna lie, like I kind of gave up on life. I gave up on everything because like, I couldn't fathom like looking like being like, okay, this is gonna be your appearance. This over. Like, I always thought, like, you know what I'm saying, to be like at the top of my game as an artist, I gotta have like a 6-pack and, you know what I mean, a nice haircut and a bunch of chains and this and that, a look, like, you feel me? So when I was, you know, I had to come to grips with like, yo, this gonna be your appearance forever. Like half your face gonna be paralyzed. There's nothing we can do about it. It was like, man, it was, you know, you can imagine how tough that was for me. And I kind of like, I gave up, you know what I'm saying, period, on life. And so, like I said, like it's admirable more to like my close people to see the bounce back, like my nigga.
Right.
To see you like this on stage and, you know what I mean, shaking hands and doing shit with people and meet and greets and just being around, like, bruh. I remember them days when I used to come through there. I used to beg you to come out of the house, dog, come out the room, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And so how did you bounce back? Like, what was it that kept you? Because I feel like at some point, you know, we all experience it, but you experience it at another level, you know what I'm saying? And really have to really collect yourself. Like, what were some key things that helped you bounce back?
I don't know. I think it was just the fact that I knew that I was going to get like a lot of, you know, doubt and ridicule and naysayers and shit about like, you know, not thinking that, you know, I could still, you know, do this. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, I think that feeling of wanting to just prove motherfuckers wrong was my chip on my shoulder and my driving force. It was like, all right, watch this. I'm going to even be iller than you niggas with half my face paralyzed. You know what I'm saying? And still spit better than, you know. So that was kind of my, and once I seen I was really doing it, like when I, you know, I like, if you can go back and look at some of like my early, like my first couple like freestyles on Shade 45 and like, even like the Hall & Oates tape was like, that was my first tape on like when we started Griselda Records. That was the first project. Me and Wes were like, yo, this gonna be it. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put this tape. It's gonna be the first tape. We should call it out. We should call the label Griselda Records. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the first tape. But you can hear like that was my first time even back like trying to rap and shit. And you can kind of hear it, like I can hear it because, you know, I'm just in my head all the time. But I can hear like my nervousness and I wasn't sure of myself. I wasn't sure like, damn, am I killing it? I sound crazy. I'm spitting. I'm slurring. I sound, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking crazy. I'm sounding crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, I just like, you know, I just knew I was iller than niggas. That was my confidence builder right there. Like once niggas start hearing that shit, like, yo, this nigga is different. That's when I was like, oh, okay, I got it now.
He's a machine because, you know, you talk about it's also your face is on buildings.
My bro Stevie J is in here. Stevie J, what up, boy?
Buffalo's in the building. You know, it's like you on Merrill's, you got your baseball caps, your t-shirts. So the thing that you once looked at like, oh man, is now something people idolize and pay money for. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's such an ironic thing that sometimes the thing that we thought is the very thing to break us is the very thing that make us. You know what I mean? Right. And as you talk about the climate, you know, the climate that we in right now is crazy. We dealing with 3 different pandemics: the financial pandemic, we dealing with COVID, you know, and we dealing with the aspect of racial. What's going on? It's a whole race war dang near about to pop off. But you are using your voice and your platform to push the agenda. You know what I mean? And so why do you feel, or do you feel that it's important for people at your stature, celebrities, ball players, whoever with a voice to use it?
Because I feel like, you know, a lot of money and stuff get filtered through us. Like we the people that like, you know, that entertain these people and entertain their kids and their children, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm sure like Trump family listen to hip hop or somebody's hip hop, even if it ain't Conway's. I'm sure like, you know, the people, you know, that we could consider the oppressors, you know, they listen, they tapped in, they watch sports. The NBA is predominantly black, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of sports. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's our job, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we in a position to have this voice, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have that opportunity, you know what I'm saying? So, like, man, you got to use your platform to be the voice for the people that ain't got no voice, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you just do what you can, man, you do what you can, man, for your community, you know what I'm saying? You know, one person can't change the world in a day, but like we could all change this shit together. Everybody just doing their part and just striving like one small part. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, like you know, going, you know, feeding the bus and rail drivers coffee, you know what I'm saying? Taking them coffee and donuts. It's just little stuff that, you know, just let people know, like, you know what I'm saying, it's love, you know what I'm saying, and they appreciate it. And I think all the bullshit has stopped, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I really appreciated you doing it. I felt like, I'm like, yo, my man is on his good in a hood mission. And I'm loving every bit of it, you know, especially like you said, the bus drivers, you pulled up to the Metro rails and you made a donation. You ain't have to do that. You know, the young lady who also has Bell palsy, like, that was amazing. You have no idea how you made it. But how did you feel about coming with a caravan full of food and then making sure she got her phone that she wanted for her birthday? You made her day.
I ain't gonna lie, like, it made me feel, I probably felt more than she felt good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt good. I ain't gonna lie, like, I never felt like that. And it just made me want to do more. It just made me want to just, like, yo, it made me realize, like, the power I got. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's, like, all about, like, how you use your power. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could use it to be, you know, I could be just, you know, showing my cars and shit off and jewels and just flashing money, coming with racks up to my ear and all this shit. Or I can take these racks and just, you know, give back, go feed the homeless, you know, take the bus drivers, the rail drivers that's, you know, out there on the front lines, you know, donate some masks, you know what I'm saying? Donate to some causes or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's bigger than me. I gotta lead by example because people looking up to me. So I don't want, you know, that's why the game like it is right now. Like, a lot of these niggas is little dickhead ass niggas because they looked up to, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of little dickhead ass rappers that just wanted to, you know, portray whatever they wanted to portray in that aspect. So, you know, you looking up to these niggas following, you know what I mean? These niggas steps and they not showing you nothing, you know what I mean? They just like, you know, fucking you up low key.
They are. And say a lot for the people in the back because the folks don't hear you. And you said something that's really relevant. Like you said, I could be on here showing off my car, showing off a stack of money, but you showing them a particular way of life, you know? And I think the last time we seen that, you know, when it was really a wave was with Nipsey, you know? And one thing that I love what you did, and I don't know if people caught it, you showed a flick of a building. I mean, a big building in the back, right? And you talked about ownership, you know what I mean? And my last time I chopped it up with Lester Pace, he said, you know, ownership is key because you need to own your shit. And I was just like, that's key. So why did you feel like it wasn't like you said, having to start with you, change having to start with you showing this to people that it's possible? Like, why was that key for you?
Yeah, man, it just, you know, I got a lot of young homies that, you know, fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I got sons, you know, that's growing up. Like my oldest son just turned 14. And, you know, it's like, man, you got to lead, man. Leaders lead. You know what I'm saying? And followers follow. Like, you know, it's easy for me to do what everybody else doing, but, like, I'm trying to do something that nobody's doing for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, and show people, like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, when you getting that money, man, take 20 of them bands, man, and go get you a little Subway. You know what I mean? Little takeout Subway. You know what I mean? Or something like that, man. Take you 30 bands to go buy that house. Go, you know what I mean? Renovate that house in the hood or buy that storefront. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, like, we gotta have something to pass down because, like, death is certain. You feel me? So, like, when you go, what you leaving your people? What type of legacy you leaving behind? Like, what are you leaving behind? You know what I'm saying? It's just some fly shit that's in your closet, some Gucci sweatsuits, and, like, mad Yeezys. Well, you know what I mean? Like, you feel me? You know what I mean? Like, a couple cars that's gonna get repoed and all that. Like, what are you leaving behind? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, my kids ain't gonna never have to work because their last name is they you know what I mean? They good. Their name is good. They good money. You know what I'm saying? You got that last name. You straight. This yours. And that's gonna be your kids when you pass that to them and on and so forth. So I'm just on that type of time. Like, I'm trying to buy up everything in the hood and own everything I can. Own all this shit. And I encourage everybody. I don't care if you in the streets getting money or whatever you doing. Like, man, put that money in and invest that money, man. And buy them storefronts, man. Buy them little, open them little hair stores and them nail salons and all that. Little restaurants. Buy that, but buy the building. Own it.
I'm with that. And so just even what you talked about legacy, and in addition to, you said something that's key and people don't get it, leaders lead. And right now in this one of these pandemics of police brutality and racial discrimination, we're missing leaders to a degree, right? And what I love most what you brought to many attention, and people were tagging me on it, was a video that we had here in the city of Buffalo. And you're putting pressure on people for answers.
Yeah.
Like, of course you had to do it, but it's just like you said, leaders lead. You posted a video, you got people responding. You got the mayor responding to you. Yeah,
man, I just felt like I said, man, you know what I mean? What's the point of having a platform if you ain't going to use it? Like, what you going to use it for?
Right.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I don't do nothing for clout or fame or none of that, or to get girls or none of that, or get followers and none of that shit. You gonna follow me, I'm gonna show you, you know what I mean, nothing that I wouldn't do. I don't ask nobody to do nothing that I wouldn't do. You feel me? Like, if it was me on the ground, you know what I'm saying, getting beat like that by police, like, you know what I'm saying, I would want somebody to speak up for me, one of these rappers, especially if they from my own city. Like, you got this platform, why you ain't speaking up on my behalf? You know what I'm saying? I was a victim of being, police brutality. I done been beat by police. I done been, locked up, handcuffed. They fucking me up, punching me in the face and shit. You know what I'm saying? My uncle was killed by a police. He was killed in police custody. Nobody was charged. You know what I'm saying? None of the officers involved was charged. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like, why we not talking about that? You feel me? Like, the man was handcuffed. Like, I feel like police is trained enough to where, like, you detain him. He's restrained. You got him on the ground already. His hands is cuffed. Just like with the George Floyd situation. Like, if he's on the ground, his hands cuffed. I don't understand. I don't care what he did. He could have went there and shot the whole store up. If he on the ground, his hands cuffed, why you just can't put him in the cop car and arrest him and put him in jail? If you guilty, you guilty. Go to jail. I've been to jail. Or you guilty, wrong. You know what it is. Well, like, why y'all gotta fuck us up? Why y'all gotta shoot me and all that right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got me on the ground. I'm in cuffs. I can't move. I can't do nothing. My arm broke, my shoulder. You got my shoulder dislocated. My wrist broke. What I'm doing? Right. You still gotta choke me and beat me with your nightstick and shoot me in the back and all that shit. So, we gotta talk about that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on the front lines with that conversation. Like, man, enough is enough. When this shit gonna stop, man?
And I'm with you on that. And clearly, as we talk about front lines, you put out this song and the video was just as powerful to follow with it. Let's talk about front lines. It's clear and it's evident based on even what you just shared right now, what we may not have been privy to, that you yourself have had experience. And it's even a level of frustration and you're using your platform to voice it. Front line. I mean, I was waiting for an artist to really put forth a song that rang true. When I think about the history of music and I think about the breakdown of how things that were happening with us, how there were artists that always came forth with a song for the current state and the climate. And I was just sitting here waiting. We got Facebook messages. We got a couple here and there, but where's the song? And here we go. Conway, Buffalo Kid, puts out from it.
Yeah, man. It's crazy too. Like, I didn't even go into that with that as a direction. Like, yeah, you know what? I want to make some shit like this or whatever. Like, I just started, floating on that shit, and it ended up like that. I see my nigga Lloyd Banks up in here. What up, Banks? That's my boy. Well, yeah, I just ended up like just floating on that and on second verse like that. That's why the second verse is where I really start talking about it and all that, because, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, it just hit me different, man. I got family that died in police custody. I done been, profiled racially and beat and harassed and all that. You know what I'm saying? And, I got to use my platform to try to do what I can to try to, at least bring some awareness to it. It's probably going to be hard to stop it. I can't just do it myself or stop it myself, but it's going to take, I just want to use my voice to bring some awareness. My son going to be driving soon, going to be getting his license and all that. Is he going to be getting, pulled over by some dickhead cops who just got a chip on it, some racist cops that just got a chip on their shoulder and just want to harass my son? You know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's like, I feel like I got to do what I can now. You know what I mean? The bigger I get, the more I can do.
And you're using your voice and your platform. And that's like something, that's the best thing you possibly can do because others aren't. And I just think about one of the verses in the song. He said, we ain't taking no more. We ain't just pressing record.
Yeah.
And that's really the only defense mechanism we have because it's the same stuff that has happened. But if we haven't pressed record, this wouldn't even be something that we're talking about.
Indeed. And just to, the piggyback off of that, like, I kind of just listening to it in hindsight, like with that line, like, I really like, it's really double-sided for me because, like, I understand, like, I know I be seeing a lot of people in the comments or videos like that, like, man, why y'all just recording? Why y'all not helping? Why y'all not doing nothing? But you got to understand, like, you know what I mean? Like, these be, like, teenage, little girls, man, 17, 18 years old, man, they scared, too. You got these, 3 or 4, rogue police officers, obviously they're heated, they on 100 right now, and it's like ain't no telling what they do. I wouldn't want my daughter trying to fight with no police officers and shit. Just you did the best you could by recording her. Had we not, what if we didn't get that? What if that girl with the George Floyd didn't record, didn't pull her phone out and video that? We wouldn't know what the fuck them motherfuckers did to that man. You know what I'm saying? We would have went for the cap. Like, yeah, he had, cocaine in the system. He was on drugs. He had health issues. You know what I'm saying? So, like, them videos be a blessing, and we can't, like, we can't beat people up for not helping. Like, motherfuckers are scared, too. That's traumatizing to watch that. Like, to just watch some rogue police officers that's just, like, with guns on their hip and shit, just wilding out. Like, you be kind of, like, taken aback for a minute and scared, and by the time you gather your wits, it's over. You don't know what to do at that moment. Especially if you're younger and you ain't really about that life, you know what I'm saying? You're a young college girl, a young college dude, college student, athlete. You don't know nothing but school and going home to your mama. And you out here, next thing you know, you on the ground getting fucked up by 4 niggas with a racial agenda. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Man, I feel like, the machine for mayor.
Man, I got a nice ring to it.
It does. That's gonna be the next joint. We gotta put you on some kind of board out here. We gotta talk to the mayor because the mayor responded. You had the mayor of the city of Buffalo respond to you. Okay, so that means we gotta put you somewhere on some kind of board, some kind of review committee to make sure that stuff sticks. Or I'm gonna report it. You know
no doubt, man. That's
what I have to do. But as we talk about, using your mouthpiece and using your voice and really putting it out there, that song with Lil Wayne, you're on Lil Wayne's album, you and Benny. I mean, it's like Wayne.
Right. That was my reaction. Like, damn, Wayne. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing.
How did that happen?
Man, I really don't know, man. Wayne, I let Wayne tell it like Wayne, like, yeah, like 2 Chainz had, played him some shit or whatever and made him aware of these boys, like, yeah, you heard these dudes? And I guess as soon as he heard us, and like, man, wait a minute. And then he sent us the record. I think he sent it to Benny first, and Benny called me like, yeah, I'm about to send you this joint. Wayne want us to get on and shit for the album. And I'm like, I couldn't believe that. I'm like, come on, bro. You heard up. And shit, I heard the shit. I sent that shit back the same day. Like, soon I recorded as soon as I heard the motherfucker.
So the moment you got it, it wasn't probably just a matter of hours. You was done and you sent it on back.
Yeah, I was sent that shit back ASAP.
Honestly, when you listen to a beat, like what's Conway's formula? Because I got a chance to see y'all in action, but it's like, yo, it's another level. There's some people who really sit, write out, get stuff going. But even just from your freestyles and understanding how you guys get in the booth, like what's your musical makeup when you decide to get into the booth? You hear a beat. Are you formulating the math in your head of how you want to go, get cadence, the flow, the storyline? Because you always got a storyline to your stuff.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just go wherever the beat take me, man. I just get on that joint and I just walk, man. I just get on there and I just walk, man. I don't, I really don't know, man. Sometimes the beat tells me how to rap and what to rap about. You know what I'm saying? What to say on it. So it's like, for me, it's the beat. Like, I used to have like this notebooks and full of raps and all that, and I used to just like write on whatever I can find, like a back of an envelope, a back of $100 bill, anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now it's like I don't even rap until it's the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen to a lot of like 90s R&B shit like that. Like I'll be on a different type of grind, a different type of time until it's time to what I'm saying, go in. Niggas send me something, I hear the beat, and it'll just take me where I need to go with it. But like when I'm building my albums and shit, it's like it's beats first. It's beat first for me. I don't already have lyrics written. I gotta hear the beat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then
I just go. Sometimes I don't even have to write it because the beat is already done. The beat is telling me the verse. You know what I'm saying?
I can take that. So when it comes to you guys have put out music dang near every month, it feel like. There's no stopping. Do you ever feel like there's an oversaturation, or you feel like, y'all ain't getting enough?
I don't know. Kind of, sometimes it can be both, I guess, but I don't look at it like that. I really never cared about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just like, I make a lot of music. I do music, and then I'm just the type of person that I don't like sitting on nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit, like, soon as I record it, I want to put the shit out. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's kind of frustrating with, like, God don't make mistakes, and, like, some of my projects that took a long time, like, them shit's been done. You know what I mean? Like, I can make a whole album in a week. You know what I mean? But it's like, it take, the bullshit take time, so it get kind of frustrating and shit. So, you know what I mean? I don't fear oversaturation. I felt like, my shit just really, I'm at the beginning right now. People just really, my shit just reaching a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just getting hip to it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it benefit me. The more I put out, the more people is getting, you know what I mean? Getting the grip, getting the taste.
I mean, like we talked about in the beginning, I mean, you guys been out. Some people are just getting hit. Because I feel like whenever I'm somewhere, I'm like, I'm from Buffalo. I'm like, the only thing I know about Buffalo is Griselda. And I'm like, Benny, Conway, West, of course. Right.
Yeah, man.
Like the poster children now for Buffalo. Because now they used to think nobody black was in Buffalo. They think Buffalo, they think cows and acres of land. Like, black people in Buffalo is hoods in Buffalo. Yeah, dog.
Right. And the best rappers came out of Buffalo. You know what I mean? Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
It's crazy. Like when I'm in the town and shit, like, you know what I mean? Like the love I get in the town, east side, west side, north buff, south buff, like wherever, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I see like how genuine people are when they tell me how they appreciate, the way I'm representing the city. And that's really all that matter to me is like, I just want to make people proud. I just want to make the city proud. Like, I really don't give a fuck about really what nobody else think. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to make the city proud. Like, man, a dude came from, your backyard and, you know what I'm saying? Not only did he, reach some of his wildest goals and dreams, like he never turned his back on the city. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas be turning their back. I ain't even gonna say turning their back because it's man, this shit get frustrating, man. Like a lot of you get the hate, man. You get the leeches, people that think you owe them something. People who want to just attach themselves to your success. You know what I'm saying? And people just don't understand that, man. On that ride you going on, everybody can't go. You know what I'm saying? So you lose a lot of friends, a lot of family and all that. So it definitely get frustrating. Sometimes, you know, I want to leave this motherfucker and change my number. You know what I mean? But like, you know, I can't, you know, just because it's a little hate, I can't forget about, you know, the rest of the people that love me and show that love. So I got to show that love back. You know what I mean?
I mean, and you're showing the love, and honestly, like, we love you right back. We're just as proud as y'all. And, you know, play your song. Whenever I could get clean on the radio, you know, that would be nice. You know, just think about me.
Yeah. No doubt.
I'm like, yo, can y'all send it clean? You know, I'm like, yo, Snake,
I really don't. Man, I'll be forgetting to even tell the engineer to make me a clean record. Like, I don't be thinking about that
just
shit.
Just remember Adri. Okay?
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you.
So even when it comes to you having now people tapping into you, you're not reaching out to artists. They're reaching out to y'all. You know what I mean? And wanting to be to say, yo, I want you to get on this record. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. I heard about you. You know, who are some people ideally that you won't want to get on a record with? Because I feel like you have hit a few folks already that's like top tier. I mean, top tier. You know, so who else is on Conway's wish list?
I mean, I definitely would love to get on the joint with Hov. But outside of Hov, it's definitely Andre 3000 for sure. Like, I just wanna cook with Andre. Like, you know what I mean? Just be in the same studio with him in the same room, and you know, just cook up with Andre 3 Stacks, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Him and Ye. I've been in the studio with Ye already, but we didn't record no music or nothing. But you know what I'm saying? I would definitely I wanna work with Andre. That's a fact. That's my dream. That's my bucket list joint right there. That's one of my top 5 right there.
You know what's one of my top 5 songs you have? You don't know the half of it. That joint right there.
Yeah.
That had me in my vibe. Like, you don't even know, dog. You don't even know. And then there's another song that gives me this R&B feel.
Uncle Bon B, what up, OG?
That gives me this R&B feel. So it's like the mulatto of your voice and just how you are, your cadence and your flow. You can really get into that, like that Hey Love 112 Mobb Deep collaboration type of a song. And I feel like I can see that. Can we get that from you soon? Like, yeah. I got plenty of that in the chamber. I just ain't, you know, I'm waiting for the release.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, certain type of lanes. I just, you know, I got some incredible records, and you know, I'm just excited for the, you know, my release on Shady Records. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm ready to just drop that album, and I got incredible records like that and all kind of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm so anxious to release that.
So when can we expect it? Because I need that.
Hopefully this summer, man. Summer, man. Like, you feel me? Like, everything is all the ducks is in the line. You feel me? All the I's is dotted and the T's is crossed. We just, you know, waiting on a date that makes sense, and you know, that shit coming. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, I'm super proud of that album. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna give him that From King to a God right now, just to, you know, as an appetizer. You know, just to hold him over until that God Don't Make Mistakes come out. World.
Yeah. So I'll take the appetizer, but you know, I'm looking for the entree. You know what I'm saying? As long as my entree, if I could get the full clean, we'll blast it on the radio. Like, we need to do a full out public listening party. So make sure we could make that happen.
Right. Nah, we're gonna make that happen. Man. As soon as this shit get clear, we're gonna make that happen. Perfect.
So listen, before you go, I always try to make sure I want my folks to drop their G codes to success. You know, like through this search of being able to become your best self, because that's what you're doing. You're developing, you recraft it, rebrand it, you know, and you beat some of your worst days, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't easy. And I know I always look at it from the standpoint of, even in my push to reach my goals, it's not easy. So there's other people who think maybe Conway ain't never had to deal, and now they know. Yeah. But what would be some of the G codes that have allowed you to keep going, that kept pushing you, even when he's like, man, I want to quit? You know what I'm saying? What's your G codes, your 3 G codes to success?
Man, just, you know, never give up, man. You know, discipline, dedication, and determination. You know what I'm saying? you gotta be determined enough to discipline yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta dedicate yourself to whatever your craft is. And, you gotta be disciplined and know, like, it's gonna be some nights where, some broke days. There's gonna be some cold nights, some dark days. You're gonna be broke. You're gonna be going through this, going through that. That's the discipline, man. The dedication and determination. Like, ain't nothing stopping you. So I know my 3 steps. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm blessed to have the discipline. You know what I mean? And the dedication. Like, I dedicated everything to this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I lost friends and, relationships with family and all kind of stuff. Like, shit. Like, I got to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even get to see my baby. Feel me?
That's sacrifice.
I chose this. Yeah, sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like,
people forget that.
Sacrifice, man. If you don't sacrifice, you ain't gonna get. It costs to get where you want to go. You know what I mean? It's not an easy drive. If it was easy, everybody would be where they wanted to be. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts. Well, listen, clearly leaders lead. If y'all missed the first part of that, my man said he's a leader, and you're challenging others to lead and really push this agenda that we got going on. In all seriousness, we got to figure out how to get you on some kind of committee locally, because utilizing your platform the way you're utilizing your platform is necessary, not even just for us, the city of Buffalo, but just a collective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to say that because I was waiting for an artist to bust out with a song, and Frontlines is exactly what's needed right now in the midst of this climate. So, I appreciate you, Conway. Thank you for getting on the live. I think you got one question. Somebody might have popped in with a question. Oh, they just put a hand movement. Okay, that's it. Y'all. Yeah. I hope y'all got that. Dedication, discipline, determination. And he said, you gotta make sure you sacrifice.
For sure. Salute, man. Thanks for having me. It's love on this side.
I appreciate you, and just wait for the album to drop, and just make sure you got my cleans, okay?
I got you. I got you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Conway. I appreciate you.
Love and respect.
All right, bye.
Big salute to the machine for dropping so many gems. I hope you learned a lot about this man. He definitely is a wealth of knowledge and truly a testament of hard work, perseverance. Anything is possible. You definitely got to believe in yourself, okay? Well, I appreciate you for tapping in and getting into the G Code with me. That was from my G Code live series on Instagram, and I will be getting back into that as well. But in the meantime, we're going to play catch up and make sure you get the audio of all my visual interviews I did on Instagram Live. Well, listen, in true fashion, thank you so much for tapping into the G Code. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Snapping on Snapchat too. At all things ADRI.V the Go Getter. That's A to the D, R to the I-V, THEGOGETTA. And in true fashion, welcome to the G Code. Be sure to subscribe to the G Code podcast. Find it on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and all places a podcast lives. Also, download ADRI.V the Go Getter app on your Google Play and or your iTunes App Store for free. And always get the G Code podcast at your fingertips. Want to catch up on the G Code podcast? Well, go to www.ADRIVthegogetter.com and also subscribe on Soundcloud and YouTube. Remember, you can check a new episode out each and every Wednesday as we get you over the hump with the G Code.
I was born in the G Code, embedded in my blood.
Matter of fact, you just triggered a level orange G Code security threat.